day for them. Where Windigo, this is almost like so much pressure, but also the biggest challenge for them.
Yeah, I mean, I was really surprised they even qualified for the minor, to be honest, after the departure of Cirque and obviously proving all of those critics wrong. But as you said, right, LAN experience in recent times as well. There's only been one LAN tournament that Windigo have played at in the past 3 months, and they didn't even make it out of groups at Clash of Nations. They lost to my former team, Endpoint. You know, the UK side, hashtag UKCS, all those memes, but they actually toppled Ex-Outlaws, now Windigo, on their only LAN performance in the past 3 months.
What does that say to you? So coming away from just this tournament, the teams here is how much actual talent there is in Europe and how much teams are battling back and forth, because going through them open qualifiers, it just proved the level of skill that's actually available. And see some of these big names, like you mentioned before, NiP not managing to qualify again here for a major. Yeah,
I mean, obviously the go-to team being NIP, obviously Heroic as well. Let's not forget this, right? Windigo coming into the closed qualifier, they beat EnVyUs, already spoke so much about that one map they had in the closed qualifier, but they also took down X-Tatus, another team here at the minor. But more importantly, they took down Heroic, and that's another team where Heroic, they should be trying to qualify at least as a bare minimum for the minors, for the major qualification. The fact that this team was able to beat out the likes of EnVyUs and Heroic online goes to show, you know, there is skill on this roster. And of course, in terms of tactical depth, potentially that's the question to be asked. How much can they rely on? How much can they fall back on when times get tough, when, you know, Ships and Bubble and Punisher, they're not landing those headshots, they're not landing those initial AWP entries. What do they have to fall back on when it's a rainy day?
And this is the thing here. This is like, to me, I look at Europe as a whole now, and I'm thinking there's no real guarantee in these qualifiers that you can 100% say, oh, yeah, this team's going to make it. And that's the same thing with the 8 teams we've got here today. Everyone's like, OK, Optic and Envy, they should be easily claiming them spots. You just can't say that anymore.
Do you know what? I reckon, so your favourites are Optic and Envy?
Yeah, I'd say on paper, that's everyone's favourite, right? But there is so much potential
I think
for
Space Soldiers, you know what? I reckon Space Soldiers could definitely have a chance.
Well, again, this is another team that's gaining more international experience, more chance of coming to these events. It's their time to shine, right?
It is indeed, Ryan. Of course, Space Soldiers, they're in Group B. We won't be really talking about them too much. But as I said before, there's so many teams that haven't yet qualified for the major qualifier or yet qualified for the major themselves. I mean, Space Soldiers is probably one of the best examples of that, right? How long has this team been together?
Yeah.
How many upsets and results has a team like Space Soldiers had, and yet they still have never performed on LAN at the major qualifier to get themselves to that major?
Well, we're not far from coming into the game. Now, Snods, what I want to know from you is your prediction for this game and why.
I reckon 16-9 EnVyUs take this one.
Wow, very clear cut.
Are you expecting an upset here already?
I don't think it'll be an upset. My prediction would be that EnVyUs will go forward with this, but I think it is still going to be a bit of a battle for them. I don't think Windigo are going to make it an easy ride for them whatsoever. We saw before in the EU minor, yes, things have changed. Yes, we're on a LAN position, but I think the hunger and the sheer determination coming out from Windigo is what I'm looking forward to see.
Potentially. As I said before, obviously EnVyUs picking the map Cobblestone, which means Windigo get to choose which side they want to be starting on, and they are deciding to opt for that CT side. The question is, of course, this pistol round. EnVyUs already getting off to a good start.
Yeah, EnVyUs up on the T side, Windigo on the CT side. We're seeing more of a stack towards B at the moment for Windigo. 4 players there. And RPK, he's going to be the point man for EnVyUs looking around. 4 players now towards B platform from EnVyUs. It's going to be RPK with the P250 leading the charge. Obviously, one-shot headshot. Can he find that entry? Can he open up the site for EnVyUs and start things off well for the experienced side? Yeah, they're waiting for it to happen. They're waiting for it to pop off at this stage. Windigo are in a very good position. They see the smokes come down. Punisher instantly gets dinked down to 55 health, takes the damage. XMS looking to try and find someone and drop it. EnVyUs aren't fully pushing into this yet. They've done a bit of damage. They've caused a bit of a distraction. They're keeping Windigo on their feet. Screen
out the lurk player towards Matrix. Obviously, pressure being put down by EnVyUs towards the B side. And you spoke about those rotations as well from the CT side. They currently have 3 players towards drop. Speller now towards the barrel, playing the offline, go towards it along. That kill was crucial.
Yeah, Scream goes down, looks to try and make a second, while RPK and XMS come on, make their own kills here. Happy dancing around, trying to get something done. Finds himself 2 beautiful shots with her Glock, and now it is all up to Nicky. 1 versus 3, and he doesn't quite know where to look. He's got to be careful from behind. finds the first one onto Sixer, going on the hunt for XMS, who's only got 53 points of health. RPK's on the lurk with 28 as well. They are trying to close round him, and Nicky is playing it smart. He's not taking any risk as he picks up that kill, and this is where it's going to get close, but XMS, he's on top of it too fast with that Glock in hand, and EnVyUs secure the first round.
Oh, the nerves already beginning to show from Windigo. Sending 3 players towards drop. Obviously, there's going to be a counter read. They're going to be doing their research onto Cobblestone, expecting this map from EnVyUs. Maybe they're expecting Happy to call for that rush down drop or that late play towards drop. The problem was no players rotating from drop, even though there wasn't really too many sound cues towards drop from EnVyUs. Yes, they heard players rotate from B to A, but if you're hearing those noises, surely you're going to be rotating from drop towards connector door or towards balcony. And when you have Spellin alone towards that A site, as soon as he goes down and the A site's open, the A site is such a hard site to retake, especially on the pistol when you don't have the smokes, the utility to try and flush out the Ts or try and ward them off and shroud yourself with those smokes.
EnVyUs, Mac 10s in hand across the board, only Sixer with a Galil. They're looking to put some money on the board early on here, capitalize on these pistol rounds.
Yeah, I mean, 4 Mac 10s right now from EnVyUs. Obviously, they're going to try and stack up the cash as much as possible. 600 kills apiece onto these SMGs. And of course, going to the first buy on as well. You can see the force buy from the team of Windigo. But actually, no Kevlar bought just yet.
Yeah, they didn't go full course into this with the Kevlar just yet. XMS on the hunt as he finds the first frag. In the meantime, Spellan's picked off screen. He managed to put the work in with the Deagle in hand. Grab himself a few more, grab himself some weapons as well, even if they could get maybe Sixers. Galil as RPK is looking to do damage, not allowing him to take anything else here. EnVyUs, they're not going to go too far into it. Ships has already just been dinked down to 19 health as well, so he's going to run away with that CZ.
Playing out towards the B side from Happy. Obviously, if he can get this 1 kill towards the B side, make it a 4 versus 2, the round is pretty much as good as done. As you can see now, trying to search for that 1 play, holding the line, and he will be found. Eventually, Nicky will go down, 4 versus 2. Making that Bubble now last alive. And some nice headshots there, and kills with the PT50. Suddenly a 1 versus 1.
Bubble looking in a good spot. Has been tagged down quite low, but Happy will finish it out. EnVyUs took it nice, slow, and steady. They do come away with the win, but they lost a lot there.
What's surprising as well from Windigo, only investing into pistols, no one buying up Kevlar. The reason being is they want to have, as I said before in the preface, Banks, the utility going into that first buy round, right? The fact they were able to find 4 kills versus the Mac 10s versus the buy from EnVyUs with only limited arsenal, limited weaponry. And obviously, Bubble there, one of the players I noted and highlighted as to potential stars or potential cause for concern if you are an EnVyUs fan going into this first map. But nevertheless, round win for EnVyUs, 2-0. Now the AKs are being brought up. The insurance policy there, as now they don't want to be risking anything after having such a close round versus those P250s.
Well, Windigo the stack on B, and they've all got grenades as well on top of their just USPs. Looking to cause some damage here, but they're going to have to make it work. First nade goes out from RPK. He's dropping his smoke down as well, looking to get some coverage as he starts the charge onto this B bomb site. He's got to be careful, but Molly's keeping him at base so far. He's going to wait and see if any CT is going to force to him and see if they can do any damage here as he's tapping away. Spellan finds the first kill. Good start for Windigo, but it's still got a lot of work to be done. The nade's starting to come across. Happy down on 42 health. Oh, they walk straight into him. That's nice and easy for Happy. He's cleaning him up and finally will get taken down. They might be able to grab themselves an AK now.
3 versus 3 now. And of course, for Windigo, no Kevlar. Even if they retrieve the Mac 10 or the AKs, they have no armor to back it up. So in terms of firepower, it's still in the favor of the EnVyUs core. And there you have it. Scream will find that 1-man defense towards the A site. Once again, Spellin will fall. As now Windigo potentially going to be saving, or should I say, Nicky potentially going to be saving that AK. Punisher with the Mac 10, trying to see if he can get $600 a piece here. Each kill, I mean, $600, right? That's 1 incendiary grenade, that's a smoke, that's a flashbang, which could be crucial going into this next buy round, of course, if EnVyUs want to keep forward these Mac 10s.
Yeah, it's a big pickup for Windigo as well. Managed to do a bit of damage, taking down 2 members of EnVyUs, picked themselves up that AK-47 for the next round. Massively will help the CT's economy.
Will indeed. But then again, Punisher now, no Kevlar, and eventually will be taken down with a nice shot from Sixer, leaving just Nicky alone with that AK. Towards tower, as he will be saving that one into the next round, and obviously saving yourself $3,100 is, of course, a good feat. Question right now for Windigo. How many orbs are they going to be bringing out? If they're going to be bringing out an orb at all, in terms of utility as well, are they going to have enough for the Molotovs, the kits? And actually, Bubble going to be instantly buying up the AWP, and Spellan as well. So will be the double orb setup for Windigo. Potentially going to be 1 up towards A, 1 up towards B. So as we go into round number 4 now, we'll be 3-0 in favor of EnVyUs. 4 AKs, I said before, the MAC-10 being brought over into the next round. But then again, the fact that Windigo did save in that first round, the second round, so they didn't go for the full force, means they have head armor. Does XMS expect it?
Well, EnVyUs looking to charge in quite far early on, trying to see if they can catch anyone on platform. So far, Windigo staying a little further back. Bubble just looking for this early open. The flashes have come over. XMS instantly dome. Happy's managed to get one. RPK's in there as well. Even trade so far. But Nicky changing it up. Spell in there with a second one with the AWP in hand. Looking to make the magic happen here. Six is the only one left alive. Still hanging on to that Galil. He's slowly going in there. Not fully sure of where he might come from just yet. Nicky's just to his left though, waiting for it to happen. Catches the edge of him, but does eat a lot of damage. 75 health left on Sixer, and he will be taken down. Punisher ready and waiting with that M4. And they will be able to grab themselves an AK, so they're not going to go for the double AWP, so they're not trying to retrieve that. Just one AK, one AWP save for the CT side. EnVyUs fall on the first buy round.
Massive round 1 by the Bulgarians, as they will get the first and claim their first. On the board, 3-1 will be the scoreline now as we go into round number 5. Looking at the money as well for Windigo, you can see Nicky on $1,000, but apart from that, everyone on sub $1,000, meaning suddenly EnVyUs have an opportunity to try and pounce on, to try and reset the economy, try and reset the money for Windigo, and to get off to a soaring lead. I mean, if they win this round here, Banks, it goes 4-1. They force out 4 spot from Windigo, 5-1, and Eco 6-1 could very easily be the scoreline early on into this first matchup if EnVyUs can claim round number 5.
Windigo held strong on that first round, but Scream, what he's known for, opening up sites like that, finds himself the first 2 kills. He's opened up the A-bomb site, and watch EnVyUs now as they begin to swarm. Nicky's going to try holding a beautiful angle there, does manage to reply, but he's got his work cut out for him as he waits for his team to rotate round. Where do they go from here? It's so hard to get into this A-bomb site. Smokes go down, and Nicky's already falling back.
It is indeed. I mean, the crossfires you can play off of towards balcony, towards APC, under balcony, towards the mid-ramp, playing the headshot position. So many off angles as well you can hold for the CT player coming in through mid-doors. So difficult to try and retake that A site. And with that, Windigo making a very smart and calculated decision as well. They will be throwing in the towel and saving this one, James, as it will go to 4-1. But the prediction that I said early on into the round about forcing a weak force buy or an eco from Windigo into the next round actually pretty much goes out the window, right? The fact that they will be saving these 3 weapons. Nicky as well, one of the crucial players to save, as he did have the most money for Windigo. So he can drop over a FAMAS, which he will be doing. So we're most likely to be seeing a UMP, 3 rifles, and the AWP once again for Bubble. But one of the AWPs would be taken out of the server from the side of Windigo.
Well, beautiful entry there from Scream on the previous round to get him into this situation. We're now at 4-1. EnVyUs leading the charge. They've got the momentum, and they have damaged the economy of Windigo. But like you said, it's not too bad for them into this. But they've got to stop basically what EnVyUs are doing, just charging out and playing the aim game and taking them heavy duels.
I think the biggest problem so far for the side of Windigo is the fact that this A site has been, I don't want to say easy for EnVyUs, but it's also this issue where they have one player trying to go for that defense. Spellen's the last alive towards the A site. He goes down, then suddenly you're in a 3 versus 3. Even though the numbers are equal, in terms of the chances and the outcome for Windigo, it's definitely not going to be equal. I mean, if you have a setup where you've got player holding balcony, a player holding middle from the headshot angle on the mid-ramp, you've got a player holding for the mid, flank from behind and from a long, the round's as good as done as long as you play your positions correctly in that after plant if you are EnVyUs. And of course, the experience, the caliber of players, you are expecting them to know exactly what to do.
Oh, Scream once again starting off with the opening kill. Nearly gets a second as well, but Happy's there to do the damage. Ship's missing all them shots. XMS just turns around, rips his head off, puts them into a 4 versus 2. Bubble and Nicky, the only ones remain. And maybe again, we'll look at the same situation where they need to hit a save.
Exactly. Feel like a broken record right now here, James, as of course the A site will be dominated by EnVyUs. And the bomb will be planted, leaving Windigo now with the only option to concede this one, go for the save, and try their luck better into round number 7.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit scary now for Windigo already. They're back into the situation where you're desperately having to save on everything you can have here just to fight back, just to be able to buy something into the next rounds. They want to avoid having to eco as many times as possible here. And realistically, they've not got off to that great start that they would have wanted here. They would have wanted to try and grab that momentum early on to fight back against EnVy.
One of the things we touched upon, James, before heading into Cobblestone was the experience and the stark contrast between the pedigree, the experience between the roster of EnVyUs, the roster of Scissor, you'll have to be a roster of Speller, and actually Windigo. But of course, right, the difference between Windigo and EnVyUs, right? I think that round there towards ELEAGUE, ships, you know, brought in from B Pro, 17 years old, and I mentioned before, you know, the pressure on land, the first game as well of the minor when they're really going to be tested. And you showed there, right, missing such an easy spray. You know, if that was online, he hits that 100 out of 100 times. So already cracks and crevices starting to show for the side of Windigo.
Well, it is still early days. There's a lot of chances for them to come back into it. Nicky's looking to take his now. They start spraying down. They line up for him, but he can only find one. Six is there to back XMS up. It's an even trade, but that's a lot of damage done to Windigo because they don't have the weaponry to work with.
Oh, Happy trying to shoot the socks off of course, Punisher. But nevertheless, this will be the AWP from Bubble. And apart from that, no Kevlar, just USPs. All the save round here from the side of the Bulgarians. And the goal here for EnVyUs is to try and have the remaining 4 players stay alive, right? Build up your cash going forward into the remainder of the buy round. But then again, can Bubble try and save that?
Ooh, good first shot from him, but that's got to be a little bit more damage. He's dropped down screen, tagged him up, but can't find the kill. Doesn't fall back, interestingly enough, as well. And now EnVyUs, they're on the site, they're in control. Happy's looking to claim up 1 kill here. He's dancing around, as he will still find the kill. And the ship pulls out the Glock, wants to do more damage, wants to finish off Spellin as well. EnVyUs looking to claim their 6th round, and they've done it in style once again.
Speller now last alive. Obviously, the AWP was dropped towards B platforms. There's no chance for him to try and pick that up from the dead body of Bubble. Try and save that into the next round, of course. And actually, when you look at the money right now from Windigo, no player is sitting on 2.6k or 3,000, which means going into round number 8, I think we're going to be lacking an AWP from the side of Windigo. And the question is, right, suddenly, when you don't have the AWP to rely on, right? When you don't have that AWP towards connector doors on the A site, you don't have the AWP towards B platform, where it's almost like a leg up, right? An advantage to try and claim control of B platform. You smoke the end of B plat, you flash it, you molly out the cubby towards back left, and then you peek after the flashbang, and you have the massive advantage with the AWP that holding the angle at range. And now they're going to be lacking that. How is that going to restructure and recalibrate their CT sides? Are they going to go for a double push towards A long, try and get information that way? Are they going to try and play a double position towards drop, right? Try and play retake towards the B site? Or are they going to try and get up close with these M4s and spray down EnVyUs if they were to get close and try and go for a rush?
Yeah, like you said there, EnVyUs are now going to be the ones rocking the AWP on their side, while Windigo have no chance of replying in that sense. They're going to have to try and make this work. They're going to have to keep EnVyUs at bay. But it is going to be a difficult situation for them. As you see, they're getting ready here again towards underpass.
3 players towards Matrix from Windigo. Bomb from EnVyUs towards A-Long, and already the first kill is found. Speller and the IGN captain leading by example, as he will claim Scream, and also Nicky gets the kill onto RPK. It's going to be a 5 versus 3, and finally an advantage for the Bulgarians.
Yeah, playing their angles well, finding the first few frags. Punisher up high though, missing that. XMS will make him pay the price for it. EnVyUs aren't down and out of it yet, but this hold from Ships and Spellin, they need to be able to make it work. They're catching him off guard. 2 kills coming swiftly from Ships there, and now it's all up to Happy on the lurk, but he's got to find 4 kills from here. It's going to be a very difficult situation. He's already been spotted out by 1. They're going to come from every angle. He doesn't know where to look or where to turn. He's managed to do a bit of damage, can't find the frag, and Windigo will pick up their 2nd round finally here on Cobble.
I think one of the big differences between the lurk play of a player like Nico, the lurk play of a player compared to Happy is the impact before the rest of the 4-man unit has gone towards that site, right? If you look at some IGLs and captains, I mean MSL when he plays the 4-1 style of CS as the lurk, he'll throw smokes towards the other side, he'll throw flashes, he'll maybe even push in as well, try and get that first kill, try and force rotation from the opposition towards the other side. When you see Happy's lurk, he always comes in after the other unit has found contact or found presence towards the other side. And one of the problems with that is your team, the 4-man squad going in towards that site, is met by the full force opposition of Windigo, or the opposition, right? And you see there, 3 players from Windigo playing towards A long. There was no presence shown towards drop, towards B platform, which meant there's no reason for those players to rotate towards B, which meant EnVyUs had to try and claim that A site versus 3 CT players in the defense. But anyway, enough of the past, into the present.
Yeah, Bubble and Six are looking to take a bit of a duel here as they look at EnVyUs coming towards B. Actually, Sixer, he kind of overpeaked a little bit, did manage to stay alive there. Bubble will find the kill onto Scream, though. That's early one-man advantage here for Windigo. They're looking like they've got a new lease of life.
I mentioned before how crucial that AWP is towards B platform to try and claim control of it. But eventually, Sixer there with the AWP from the French side will claim ships, and it's going to be 4-4 now as EnVyUs make their mark. Actually go back towards the A side, but Bubble will claim another one. RPK gets taken down. The man advantage now for Spellen.
RPK trying to sneak through, get shut out of it. EnVyUs maybe a little bit too slow, a little bit one-by-one play here as XMS and Six are the only guys that remain. They're going to try and come onto the A side. Spellen's ready and waiting, finds himself the first frag, tags down Six at very low. Can't find the frag just yet, but they know exactly where he is. 4 versus 1. Surely he can't get too much done here. He finds the first one, the Punisher. They are looking for him, but they're not willing to push him just yet. They're getting a little bit scared of what damage he might be able to do here.
Not just damage to the players of Windigo, but damage to the economy as well. If you are Windigo, where there's 10 seconds left on the clock, there's no reason to peek Sixer there. Keep 3 players alive, keep your money afloat. There's no cause to try and, or argument even, to try and get that kill, right? You already know that EnVyUs' money is going to be far greater than your own. Instead, keep your money afloat instead of trying to damage it.
See the AWP shots coming in there. Bubble coming up with a huge kill onto RPK as he tried to sneak into the site. That's where it started to fall apart there for EnVyUs. And now we actually see Windigo picking up a few rounds here, starting to work their magic. They're not down and out of it yet.
This is the big round for both of these teams. EnVyUs, you can see they've gone for the force buy, their money is low. Windigo as well, they've had these rounds where 2 players survive, 1 player survives, 3 players survives. They haven't had these clean rounds where they have 5 players staying alive to build up their economy. So for both of these teams, if they win versus the opposition, they're going to be doing so much economical damage, forcing out ecos, forcing out weak buys and low force buys, which is where you get those free rounds, quote unquote, where you can build up a lead or build up a comeback for the case of Windigo. This is the round that really turns the tables for the first half.
Let's see how it's going to play out. Spellan sat back towards long A. He's letting EnVyUs take a lot of control here, looking to pounce as soon as someone makes the wrong move. As Nicky's opened up with the first kill, RPK's taken on it. That's a big kill to start the game off with. 5 versus 4. They're waiting for it. The double setup didn't pay off to start off with. Spellan's trying to reply. They know where he is, and Sixer takes the shot. That evens it up, but it's still a lot more work for them to do. Bubble comes in with one on the AWP. Instantly traded out, though. Happy's on top of it. Now you're in a 2 versus 2, and this A site is difficult to get into, but Nicky sneaking around there stops the bomb from being planted. Where does Happy go from here? He's in a 1 versus 1. He's got to be able to clutch this out here. It's an incredibly important round. They're dancing around each other, and he walks straight into Happy, and EnVyUs pick up the 7th.
3-7 now as Windigo fall into a 4-round deficit. And the pause is going to be called as well. I believe it should be a tactical one. As right now, they are at the cusps of giving up 8 rounds already to EnVyUs and losing the half early on. Once again, weakness shown from the CT defense from Windigo towards A. I mean, what's crazy as well, James, you had 3 players on that A side, and still these players, they die 1 by 1. They're not playing proper crossfires. The AWP from Bubble, he jumps out balcony, goes for the hero play, gets that 1 kill, instantly gets traded out, goes for 1 for 1. And from there, EnVyUs will claim another one. And as we go into round number 11, it's going to be 7-3, 4-round advantage now for EnVyUs going forward, as it will be another buy coming out from the Bulgarian side. And I said before, when you lose that round, suddenly you're forced into a force buy with all the money you have left in your bank balance. And then if they lose this round as well, James, they're going to be on into an eco. And at that point, you look at a 9-3 scoreline. This could be as good as done.
Yeah, you've got ships on the CZ, 1M4, 2 umps, and Bubble with the AWP. Bubble, he's pulled off some nice frags so far, but this is where he's really got to make it work as EnVyUs start with that split again. 3 towards B, 2 towards A. Just keeping that control, keeping it all in their stead.
Yeah, in terms of control right now as well, typically what you see on the T side, defaults is teams trying to take control of A long. Having 1 player towards, of course, drop, 1 player towards B long, and then 3 players towards the aforementioned A site, as I said before. The reason being is all you really need to take control, early control of B platform is a smoke towards Olaf or smoke towards Plat, molly out towards the stairs, a flashbang maybe, and then you have quote-unquote control of that at the start of the round, right? You have your one player outside drop holding to the jump peak, but apart from that, it should go your way, but instead RPK tries to peer through that smoke and get that entry kill, and he goes down, giving a one-man advantage to Windigo.
Yeah, RPK there, going through the smoke, allowing himself to be completely open, and also alone there. No one was able to really pull off a trade, as Happy will chime in with his own frag, and EnVyUs now will have to try and regroup and make something happen in the 4v4.
Such a big kill there from Happy now as is going to be leaving Windigo guessing as to where EnVyUs are going to be committing and showing their hand, but here it is, essentially. Bomb going towards the platform. You have the lurk from Happy towards drop. Can he get the kill onto the site? And Statue, oh my goodness. Bubble about to be caught off guard.
Yeah, no one was checking drop, but Happy's been able to walk in with a second kill and a third onto Bubble, but he is all alone. 2 versus 1. They should know exactly where Happy's going to be coming from. He's making plenty of noise, and he will go down at the hands of the A 4th round on the board for Windigo. But how did they let Happy get away with that?
Exactly. Surprising that Windigo still claimed that one after the crucial lurk from Happy. He did get those 2 kills, but Bubble, he found the first kill onto RPK, found the second kill as well as his players dropped out of the smoke from B platform. And right there being the man that Windigo needed in that dire situation. In terms of the kills right now, Happy leading the charge. For the side of EnVyUs at 18 kills and 6 deaths. And then for the Bulgarians, Bubble and Nikki on 13 and 12 kills, and Punisher and Ships on 2 kills. And Ships got those 2 kills in one of those rounds. We need the other players to step up.
Oh, this is good for Ships. He jumps up, but he just runs into bullets, gets taken down by Scream, gives him a chance, gives him an M4 to play with. Do not give that to Scream, because he'll come in all guns blazing. As XMS finding the frags as well. Punisher trying to mount up a defense. He's low on health, and he will pay the price with his life. Spellan all alone in a 1v1 now versus Sixer, who does only have the CZ to play with, and he's jumping around. He's playing the angles. He's trying to keep the CT guessing. Spellan only on 14 health. This is not looking bad here for Sixer. The bomb is down. He's got the time to play with. He's hiding up on B platform now. Spellan has got a good idea where he has sprays through. Sixer on 4 health. They're both incredibly low, and Sixer's just trying to bide his time as much as possible. Pokes out. Great play, and Sixer secures the round that EnVyUs should have never been able to win.
You can see Ships there trying to get the confidence kills versus the ecos, but eventually he is the beginning of the end for Windigo. Starts the chain of dominoes that collapse one by one, and that being the CT defense. And there you have the kills coming out from the CZs, the low buys. But Ships there, I mean, he's on 2 kills. I said before, he's trying to get those confidence kills, trying to get himself into the game. Warmed up in this first matchup. But he's playing too aggressive, and he gives openings. And he's giving opportunities for EnVyUs to get their foot into the round. And eventually they will close it out. You give EnVyUs an inch and they'll take a mile, especially with the experience and pedigree and the caliber of players on that roster. And now the question is for Windigo, where do they go from here? They're going to be forcing up into this one after going 1 for 1 and conceding that round and being reset. But now EnVyUs are poised to potentially get to double digits. If they win this round, they're going to force an eco. We could very easily be looking at a 10-4 scoreline here, James.
Yeah, and this is where it gets a little bit scary for Windigo. Spellan ready and waiting. He sees what's going on. He's looking to take that chance. Smoke goes down from his teammates, give him a bit of coverage. He starts to fall back as Punisher has eaten the damage through the door. He's been dropped down to 58 health. They've only got pistols and 1 SMG to play with. But Windigo are trying to mount up a defense here.
And a good defense at that. It's going to be 3 players here from Windigo. But it will be 5 actually from EnVyUs as all 5 of the unit of the French side come together towards this A site.
Oh, Spellan tries to hold the position, still manages to get one despite being tagged down. They're all coming out. But RPK, he's just too strong. He's pushing forward, 36 health left, up this A ramp into the site. He's got to check all the angles, all the corners now. He's still got 2 more members of Windigo to find. Now dancing around at the moment. Ships comes in strong and gets the bomber as well. Such a smart play. And once again, Happy all alone in a 1 versus 2. The pressure's on him, and he has to make this work. He's got to make this count. Doesn't look to his left there. There's actually a player right behind him. Finds the first frag onto Ships, but he has eaten damage. Now he's only got to find Nikki. They're going to dance around each other. Nikki's not making any noise at the moment. He's got to get this bomb down. He's completely out of time. He's going to go for it, and surely Nikki's just going to jump up and try and shoot him down. He's completely unaware, and he misses the shot with the deagle. Nikki, a chance to claim around there. Welcome to the clutch, Happy sprays, as he does manage to make it happen in a situation that just you wouldn't think possible. Mental.
The mental fortitude of the Bulgarians is about to be tested. After losing that round where Nicky has the drop on Happy, and still somehow, some way, in that clutch moment when everything is on the line, he misses the shots from behind, and a 180 there from Happy, as he will now be put on to 20 kills already in this first half.
Happy is going to be ecstatic with that now.
You see, you say that, but look at his face, mate. I don't think he's too ecstatic. It's another day in the office.
That's the look of him every single day. Never changes as Happy, but, you know, finally picking up that clutch. He's been in a lot of 1v2 situations. The all-important one, he makes it work, puts them up 9-4. And now Windigo had to go for the full USP saves. They've got literally nothing to work with here.
Exactly. This is the reason why I put EnVyUs to try and get to double digits already, because they're going to be up versus the full eco now from Windigo. 5 USPs. We saw some close rounds earlier on, James, where they had 4 PT50s, a Deagle, or a FAMAS here and there, an AWP saved or something. And still those rounds went in favor of EnVyUs. And now for the side of Windigo, they won't be investing a penny, as it will just be no Kevlar and USPs.
Scream dropping in, finds himself 2 and the third as well. Tapping away with that AK in hand. Looks to make it a 4. RPK's there and Happy spraying as well. Very quick round. Windigo go down. EnVyUs hit the double digits. 10 rounds for them as we hit the last round of the first half.
Where are the pauses from the Bulgarians? As you can see, I mean, even look at the scoreline, you can sense a weakness, right? EnVyUs are able to walk into the A site. Where is the AWP towards a long, towards connector holding towards a middle, to counter the contact style of CS, which EnVyUs are putting up on the board right now. You use the AWP to counter that, essentially. You have them walk into your scope, find easy kills, and finally we're going to see Spellbound with the AWP towards Matrix, holding the angle towards middle, but it's 15 rounds too late, James.
Yeah, last round, they've got to make it work as Happy comes out. 40 got the first frag, has to reposition himself to get it on the board. RPK's there ready and waiting, but Punisher's trying to put the damage in. Bubble able to back him up 6 of full. This is looking good here for Windigo to get a little bit of a saving grace. But the second one's done in there. RPK all left alone, 9 health, doesn't have the bomb down. Finds himself the first frag, looking for the second. This has put himself into a very good situation. Clutch mode, can he make it happen? Can he secure the 11th? He's come out, managed to look around for the bomb, looking to see and hear what he can find from the Windigo player. Bubble knows the pressure's on, but Bubble isn't fully convinced if he's still in this B bomb site.
Bubble on 21 HP. Even though RPK has half of that at 9, both of these players are 1 bullet away from hitting the deck and going 6 feet under. As with 45 seconds left, RPK baits out the plant, hoping that Bubble will show his inexperience and go for the peak, but instead, he's holding the line, he's holding the angle, expecting RPK to walk into his crosshair and try and make his mark towards the A side.
Well, Bubble is now starting to move around. He's second-guessing himself while RPK runs towards walks towards Dropper, but comes in, trying to just see if he can find him lurking anywhere at this stage. Bubble, he's got a lot of patience to play with here. The bomb will be planted. Bubble's heard it, and they're waiting for each other now to be found.
RPK may be paranoid that Bubble's gone from A towards B long, but instead, great initiative here from RPK as he has the drop attention on him going towards speed when he lands that 1 bullet. It's going to go 4-11. EnVyUs with a soaring lead going into the second half. And now for Windigo, if they concede the second pistol as well, this could be over in a matter of seconds.
Now what we've seen here is EnVyUs ever dominant. Started off the T side, started strong. A few rounds even when they had to bounce back, they made it happen there. Windigo just struggling in comparison from what we've seen from them before. You know,
I said in the preface as well, James, right, in terms of confidence and online when they're in the comfort of their own homes, where you might be seeing Bubble, Punisher. Okay, we'll exclude those players, obviously, they have a lot more experience, but I'm also harping on Ships, right? And these lesser known, lesser experienced players that when they play on LAN, suddenly you don't have those early kills from those players.
Remember, Ships, he's very young as well, as Windigo started off onto this B bomb site. Everyone has fallen from EnVyUs, only Happy and RPK remain, and they're not even close to the site just yet. RPK is going to have to do some magic here with Happy to make this work. 2 versus 5, and Windigo, fast, furious, on that B bomb site. 5 alive still. They're looking good.
They are indeed. For now, as it will be the second pistol, and a 5-2, RPK and Happy. Years of experience between them, but then again, how important is the experience when you're in and you're faced with such a dire scenario?
Okay, this isn't going to be easy for them at all. They're going to look to poke out and see what damage they can cause. Happy's finding himself. Punisher is on the hunt for RPK, who's down in drop, but they will be picking up kills. But that's all they're going to be able to do, as Windigo will happily secure the round. RPK trying to duck out for the last kill. He's now just running around each other. Still manages to find it on the ships, so lots of damage done. But ultimately, Windigo secured the round.
RPK and Happy there, trying to play for exit kills. Try and get an extra, added $300 between each other. But of course, $300 each is all they will be receiving as we go into round number 17. It will be 5-11, and Windigo will claim that second tier pistol. And we saw from EnVyUs how crucial that pistol is. I mean, sets you up for the first half in terms of your money, playing versus the low buys, playing versus the ecos, having the economical advantage. And you see as well, EnVyUs, they're going to be going for the force buy to 4 players.
Yeah, they want to make this work. They want to be able to upset Windigo. Don't allow them to come back into this game. You see already, Windigo coming up this A ramp very stealthily. EnVyUs aren't aware just yet. Happy all the way in the corner. He's got to be careful. Ships is going to come round.
Oh, knife him.
Oh my, it is going to happen. Happy taken down with a knife. Ships getting the extra money in. Stealth ninja mode coming out from Windigo all the way here. Nicky, look where he's got himself, up in connector. 4 people stacked towards B. As soon as they come out here, they're just going to be sat waiting to be sprayed down from Nicky.
EnVyUs can try and save their Kevlar and upgraded pistols, of course. They have 3 CZs and a Deagle to work with, so you may as well just concede this one, try and save towards T-spawn, or try and play for exit kills and try and whittle down slowly but surely the T economy.
The ninja knife that came in there shouldn't tilt a player of Happy's experience, but he isn't going to be pleased with it whatsoever. Windigo get their second round here. EnVyUs, though, able to save all the rest of the remaining pistols, and that's what they want now. So they haven't wasted that money going into this second round, and now they can try something different. Now they can try and bounce back.
They can indeed. So for EnVyUs, they go for the 4-man force buy, and what this means is Windigo now have the opportunity, I guess, to go for a fast play towards drop, a fast play towards B platform in that first buy round. Because, of course, they will be lacking the utility as they put their money into that second round. But nevertheless, it will be 6-11 into round number 18. And so far, so good from Windigo in the second half.
Just have to laugh there, the contrasting faces we saw of the players when that knife took action as XMS has come up, found Bubble with the CZ. Beautifully done. He didn't even need too much damage as well, so that will give them a weapon to play with. Scream picks up the AK, and this is something that Windigo should be scared of, because this man can do a lot of damage as Nicky's waiting with the MAC-10. They start pushing him up. Scream manages to fall back, but Happy instantly able to trade it out. This is a beautiful play so far from EnVyUs. They've got the one-man advantage going into this.
They do indeed, but they need to leap onto this B bomb site imminently as the bomb is ticking away. You can see no kit right now for EnVyUs, so they will be just waiting patiently behind these smokes, hoping that someone from Windigo overpeaks and gives them the advantage.
Belan's holding strong, in hand, but Scream spraying down 2. Only Punisher remains. He is on the B platform, and RPK finds it. They can just go straight onto this side.
No time.
But it's not going to happen. No time whatsoever. No kit to play with. EnVyUs, they did the damage, they did the work, but they couldn't secure the round. But they have taken a lot of weaponry out of Windigo's hands and saved themselves some money for the next round for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, good use of utility there from the Bulgarian side. Smoking out connector, smoking out B platform, using the Molotovs well as well to delay the retake from EnVyUs, meaning that once the French side had claimed the B-bomb site, there was simply no time left. And Scream there, showing why his aimbots pays dividends, as he will be saving that AK into this round as well. But in terms of the kills so far, I mean, Happy's on 25 kills. Spellan and Nicky lead the charge for the Bulgarian side, or Windigo. But nevertheless, it's not about the kills, it's about the unit, the 5-man unit for the T side. How can they work together to claim control of the map? How can they work together to find entries onto the A or B site? As right now, Scream with that AK, the aforementioned Kalashnikov, is about to be tested.
Yeah, Scream has an idea of what's going on. Here's the footsteps coming towards him. Drops the smoke down. Looks to allow him to have a little bit more control towards A long. 6 is going to come and give him a boost as well, so they've got an idea that it could be towards A. Spellan in the meantime at Dropper looking to cause the lurk here. Are they going to spot him out though? The shots are fired. He's got an idea of where they are. He isn't going to go and pressure it just yet.
showing presence towards drop. You can see EnVyUs keeping 2 players towards drop. Happy playing towards Speedway alone, which means EnVyUs are showing emphasis towards drop control, potentially playing more of a retake style towards the B site in case it went that way. Sixer and Scream going to be playing a bait setup towards A long, but already the first play's found as Ships takes down Sixer.
Yeah, timing wasn't on the hands of Sixer there as Scream's just demolishing 2 of them. Does get taken down by Bubble, but it will give EnVyUs a good chance to rotate round and hold on to this. RPK going down the ramp, he knows where one is. Won't be able to find the first kill as well. Spellan besters him in that duel, and now we have a 2 versus 3. Happy on the site in a very good position here.
He is indeed. Spellan is low right now. Can EnVyUs try and catch him off guard here? Is Happy peeks out and misses the shots though, and now he's given away his advantage, given away his situation, and Bubble finds that kill, but not before XMS can chime in, turn this into a 1 versus 2. And with 8 seconds left, can he try and stop the bomb being planted?
Yeah, that wasn't acceptable from Happy, missing that. Could have picked up 2 kills there. Now it's all up to XMS. The bomb is down. Spellan is low, and he's sneaking round. This is looking good. They're both players are towards the same area. Spellan now in the 1 versus 1. XMS trying to bait him out. The molly coming in. That's going to be dangerous. Spellan gets the kill, though. Doesn't get burned from it. And that was a clutch play, and you can hear Windigo going absolutely wild. That was a massive round for them, and that secures them their chance to come back into this full throttle.
Yeah, I mean, I hope the stream can hear the screams and the roars right now from Windigo. You can feel them slamming their desks all the way from the studio. And with that, it will go 11-8, and now suddenly Windigo in touching distance of equalizing the scoreline, getting to 11-11 as they are within touching distance of the French squad. But it will be a quasi-buy from EnVyUs, 3 sets of Kevlar, Deagle onto XMS, and Happy, PT50 onto RPK, M4 for Scream, but he is right now towards the A side. Happy and Six are going to be joining him towards A, which means EnVyUs are expecting, once again, another hit towards this aforementioned A side.
Windigo getting ready towards B. They're in control so far. They've had a strong start to their T side. EnVyUs, they had the lead. It's now starting to dwindle. Windigo mounting rounds up on the board. RPK looking to hear what he can. Any footsteps, anything that's going on, be able to call it in.
Good rotation here from EnVyUs as they are stacking the B-bomb site, but not before Windigo charge out.
Yeah, Windigo looking to take this B-bomb site with full confidence, and Ships starts off strong. They've got to be worried about Scream, but he's no match for Ships at this stage. He comes in with a triple. Nicky there backing him up, and now Happy is all alone in dropper, Deagle in hand, and it's going to take more than just some one-taps as he gets tagged up to 17 health from Bubbles Orb. And he will just run away, save it for the next round, because this isn't looking good for EnVyUs at all, while Windigo will pick up this 9th round.
9-11, as we will be going to round number 21. EnVyUs conceding 5 rounds in a row on their CT side, and I said in the preface as well, James, the question for me isn't the CT side from Windigo. We already know that there's going to be cracks and crevices there. It's a new lineup. They're playing on LAN where they haven't got the experience in terms of contrasted versus EnVyUs. The question was the T side. Can the individuals like Ships, 3K into that round, Bubble, Punisher, can these players have their highly skilled impact on the T side to open up the rounds and try and cause an upset early on with the first game of the day? But then again, that was the quasi-buy, as I said before. You know, light armor, upgraded pistols, and with the quasi-buy going into the next round, round number 21, they can still buy. It's going to be double off setup right now for EnVyUs onto Happy and Sixer.
Ships again, he is smiling, he's starting to feel it, and we spoke about Windigo out here shouting and screaming. Compared to EnVyUs when they win rounds, you can see a big difference here of how much is meaning to Windigo at this stage. They know this is their time to make it work in this best of 1 situation. They know they can challenge EnVyUs, they've done it before and it's time to do it now.
Confidence right now from Ships, but eventually will be taken down by Happy. Potentially overconfidence there as we saw in the NT Ecos, but nevertheless RPK would eventually be taken down as Sixer misses the shot as well. It's going to be the 3 versus 4, and suddenly this A site is all down to Scream.
Yeah, Sixer didn't expect that. Took the pot shot, didn't manage to hit anyone. Pays his price by getting damage through the door. Scream now, they know where he is. The molly comes over, they tried to line up for him there, giving him a lot of opportunity to work with. And Scream will just pick up 1 kill. Full back round, he's on 12 health. He's going to get backed up by XMS as well. Good situation for EnVyUs. Can they make it work as Windigo will now secure this A bomb site? Got a couple of players eating a bit of damage. Time for XMS to do something, but Bubbles on top of it, instantly able to put the work in. As Spellam finds Scream, he was really low, and Happy's just going to run away to fight another day because Windigo looked to secure their 10th round here, and Happy, he is not looking as his name would say.
Yeah, finally some emotion being shown by Happy, but unfortunately, ironically contrasted against his name, it won't be that said emotion. Instead, maybe the frustration is starting to show for EnVyUs. I mean, these French teams notorious to be upsetted with the first game of the day early in the morning. But with that, Windigo will claim round number 10, double digits now for the Bulgarians as EnVyUs only claim 1 round to keep their advantage, and now their money will be low as well. The question is, for Happy, do they invest into this round? Scream can buy, RPK can buy, XMS can buy, Happy can drop over at M4 as well. And it will be a tactical pause being timed out by Scream, by EnVyUs, as right now they're trying to allocate their resources optimally.
Your prediction was 16-9. Windigo have beaten that by one round so far.
Yeah.
How much further can they go, though? EnVyUs finally calling a tactical timeout, but should this have been a little bit earlier than this?
Yeah, I mean, I was feeling pretty smug, I mean, when it was 11-4, but the issue is right now for EnVyUs, they're giving away that first kill. Or even if Happy finds that first kill onto ships, suddenly Bubble or Punisher gets the kill across the map, or Spellan towards Window. EnVyUs right now, if they are going to play that AWP towards B platform, I mean, the thing is as well, I was going to allude to the fact that they should be playing 2 towards drop if they're having the AWP towards statue or the AWP towards chicken, but they are. I mean, RPK was playing in the correct position. He was playing towards under Window, yet his teammate.
But he's been a bit quiet, RPK. Unsurprisingly.
It's not all about the kills, mate. It's about position as well, and we do for the round of the communication. But I mean, as I said before, RPK was in the right spot, but he loses the duel to Spellan.
Yeah, and this is where we need him to step up.
Exactly, but it is, as you said, aim sometimes. As right now, Windigo are taking those 1 versus 1 duels and soaring ahead with the lead.
Well, we talk about position, but it's no good being in the right position unless you can make the frags. And this time around, Windigo are the ones putting up the frags. They're putting in the work and they're holding strong. They're looking to even it up 11-11. As EnVyUs do have a pretty low buy to work with here. It's going to be Happy as the point man. XMS, is he going to look up high there? They come round. Easy kill for them. He does push out. Does a nice bit of damage. A nade's going to come out as well. But it only drops Punisher with him being on top of that box down to 10 health. Happy waiting for it, AWP in hand, goes to drop the smoke over. He's got to be careful though, because there is a lot of terrorists towards this location. He's looking to try and do something magical here at platform and starts off strong onto ship. Is he going to continue to push out here? Picks up a second kill, super fast, but he is instantly taken down.
3 versus 2, 6 from behind, will use the CZ to great lengths as he finds the kill onto Spellan. Suddenly a 2 versus 2. The only issue right now for EnVyUs is Sixer has no Kevlar. And can they retrieve the AK and back it up behind Scream's armor and deny the factor of aim punch and try and get themselves back into this one into round number 22.
Scream able to find an AWP. This is where it is dangerous. Bubble, he now knows exactly where he is. Scream's tapping away, couldn't hit it with the AWP, but he won't be able to do it with the Deagle. 11-11. Windigo are going absolutely wild. I'm hoping these desks don't break with how much I'm hearing these get slapped around, because Windigo want this. They are hungry for it, and this is the start they were looking for, but can they keep it up?
You can see, I wasn't joking about the fact that Windigo are literally roaring and screaming and basically being fired up by the individual plays from their teammates. I mean, you can see the camera shaking there when when the desks are being slammed. And right now, EnVyUs' confidence is being slammed with that fast play towards the B site. Can Windigo topple them again?
Oh, XMS got himself in a good spot, but he was so aggressive. Ships was able to find his head with that AK-47. RPK goes down. It's not looking good for EnVyUs. Instantly here, Happy doesn't do anything from that position. Bubble's ready and waiting, and the B bomb site is secure. Windigo again came in absolutely unstoppable here.
8 rounds in a row now for the Bulgarians, as it will finally be advantage for them. 12-11 will be our scoreline as we go into round number 24. EnVyUs unable to pick up 1 CT round so far, and you can see why Windigo are a team that, as I mentioned before, have this upset potential. They were down 11-4 on their CT side, and usually on the CT side you're looking at communication, you're looking at teamwork and retakes and how you play off of each other. And suddenly on the T side, where you have players like Ships, I mean, he runs in, he gets that first kill, he wins the duel, versus XMS to claim the B site entry, to open up opportunity for Windigo into that round and creating space for his team towards the B site. And this is the thing I was alluding to, winning those 1 versus 1 aim duels and the, well, so there, the aim duels essentially, that's all it really has boiled down to. I mean, jumping down, drop, gets that kill, ships running through the B platform smoke, gets the kill onto XMS. It's no crazy tactical mind or tactical depth that's really toppling and overcoming EnVyUs. Simply put, James, it's the headshots.
Now, what I'm worried about here for EnVyUs is this is starting to get away from them. Maybe they look at this and think we picked the wrong map. We'd already lost on Cobblestone. We thought we could do it here on LAN. We didn't pick Inferno because obviously Windigo super strong on that map. Maybe we should have led a bit of a different map in, maybe a nuke or something, because at the moment, Cobble, they look to be falling apart, and this round is what it's going to come down to. Spellan again onto XMS, finds the kill. Happy's able to reply, but XMS going aggressive, and he just can't make it work.
Happy needs to peek for information towards platform right now. We need to see a potential 3-man rotation towards the B site, because right now Sixer and Scream alone versus the 4-man aggression from Windigo. Ships already leading the charge towards a long. Bubble as well, backing him up the bomb onto Nicky, going towards a long as well to join the ranks. And Scream close towards middle. He has to get 1, 2 kills to try and deny the assault towards this A site.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. Windigo, they're being pushed back by the smokes and the incendiary grenades coming towards them, but it's only going to last for so long. Sixer is going to have to hit his shot. If they do come in front of him at A-long, he's got to make this work. Scream on ramp, ready and waiting, but no one yet rotating from the B bomb site.
Sixer with the orb will land the first kill, and now we'll go into the 4 versus 3 in favor of EnVyUs.
Sixer with a second one as well. This is good from him. He's holding strong all alone. Scream may have gone down, but Sixer's there in the site. RPK to back him up. EnVyUs fighting back here as Bubble will go down. EnVyUs secure a 12th round, and they're not down and out of it yet. They finally managed to secure a round.
Happy right now on 31 kills. It may have taken them 8 rounds in a row to finally claim 1 on the CT side, but nevertheless, 1 is better than nothing. You can see there as well, I was trying to allude to the fact that Sixer had the op towards APC. Scream playing towards middle. If we saw a flashbang from Windigo, I mean, A-long was smoked off as well. You can actually line up as a Molotov from A-long through the smoke to land behind APC. One of the things you can do in your executions on your T side is smoke balcony from A-long, smoke connector from A-long, molly out if it's smoked from A-long towards APC. It's one of the reasons why A-long control is so important, because it's so quick to pull the trigger on and execute towards the A site. But instead, no flashbang meant that Sixer could claim that first kill and give EnVyUs the advantage they need. And now it will go 12-12 as Windigo are on the cusp of getting the first game upset versus the French side, and this is the reset round potential as well for EnVyUs. If Windigo claim this one, we could be seeing a very, very surprising first match here.
A surprise indeed. EnVyUs, they've come into this as one of the favourites. Windigo on the first game looking to do exactly what they did to him on the EU minor.
Oh, 4 players walking up middle as well. It's just going to be Sixer alone towards the A site. EnVyUs with a poor read here. And Nicky works his way in as well towards Connector, and he will find 2 kills. Scream and RPK get caught off guard. Sixer as well drops. That was the 1-man defense towards the A site. And there you have it. Windigo are now in touching distance of upsetting the French side and claiming this first map, as they will go to 13.
13th round looking to be secured here for Windigo. EnVyUs have no option other than to save XMS's M4. Happy with the AK-47. This is a very difficult situation for EnVy to deal with here. Windigo, they managed to sneak up, and that must be the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen that, where they've just been able to have full control and walk up there and cause all the damage. Surely by now EnVyUs will be looking for this.
Yeah, I mean, what happens essentially is EnVyUs, the only 1 round they've won out of the 9 that were played prior was towards the A site, right? So in their heads, they're trying to do that double bluff where we've only won 1 round, that was towards A. You're obviously going to go back towards the B site where you found success. But instead, Windigo, they went right back to where they did lose and concede their first T round. And that caught Sixer off guard. You can see the 1 line of defense goes down with his knife out. And then Nicky as well with the lurk in towards connector door, catching 2 players off guard. And it's going to go 13-12 here, James. EnVyUs forced to go for the force spike, which means this could very easily spiral out of control.
Spiral out of control indeed as Bubble picks up the kill onto Scream. Puts him at a one-man advantage early on. Happy's going to be the man with the AK in his hands this time around. Windigo, they are looking confident on their T side. XMS is trying to push round, finds one with the CZ. Nicky's able to chime in though. Kills are coming up for the Windigo side. Only RPK remains. And RPK, well, he is really stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's sat in dropper, got a CZ in his hand. He's got to take on 4 members of Windigo. The best thing he can hope for is really just to try and save a gun if possible.
What can Cedric do in this dire situation? As the bomb will be planted, RPK now knows it's towards the B site, but you can see already ships tucked in nicely towards the door. So no chance for the crazy 1 versus 4 here unless something magical happens.
This is where EnVyUs may be needing to call another tactical timeout, collect their thoughts, think about what they can do here because it's slowly starting to slip away from them. Even then, RPK pops out as he hears some footsteps, tries to make something happen, but Windigo, they're ready, they're waiting for it, and they secure that 14th round. 14-12 now, and Windigo only 2 rounds away for taking the first game here at the EU Minor.
Happy on 32 kills. What more can one man do? And right now for EnVyUs, it's a very tough call to make. Do you save and allow Windigo to get to 15, have match point, try and bring back the final 3 rounds and force overtime and use your experience against Windigo when they go into the championships rounds, right, into OT, when everything matters? Can they try and topple them with their advantage in experience? But then again, for Windigo, it's only 1 map. It's only a best of 1. This isn't a best of 3 where there's consistency to be played into as a factor. The map pool as well. Right now, Windigo are looking very comfortable on Cobblestone, and EnVyUs so far only able to claim 1 round on their CT side.
This is what we spoke about before, Snods, is the fact that Windigo, best of 1 suits them. The fact that EnVyUs allowed them to take Cobble, a map they've lost against each other before. Windigo was the one that took it in the EU Minor. EnVyUs, Cobble's not exactly their strongest map here. And maybe they're regretting what actually took place on the veto as, again, Windigo come onto this B-bomb site, no one's there. EnVyUs will now just try and rotate round last minute. But what can you really do from this position? Nicky tapping away, trying to spray them down as they come through, and this will just be a nice clean-up here for Windigo. Ships picking up 2. Only Happy remains Deagle in hand, but they're already waiting for him. Does well with the kill on the ships, but he needs 4 more of them to make anything happen, and Punisher comes in with a final 1. Windigo are on match point, and honestly, how many people could have thought we would have been here again?
Ships, the sleeping giant in the first half, only getting around 5 kills or 6 frags in the first half, now sitting on 17, so almost 12 kills in this second half of the T side. It seems like he has awoken, and the star prowess power has been unlocked for Windigo, as it will go 15-12. EnVyUs now back against the ropes, so they're going to be tested. Will the pedigree and the caliber of experience really shine through in this potential final round here? Nevertheless, though, to try and topple Windigo will be 2 orbs onto Happy and Sixer. 1 orb towards the A side, towards connector door, and then 1 orb from Happy towards Chicken Coop as well. But for Windigo to try and cause this first game upset, orb onto Bubble. We've already seen some crazy flicks and some crazy shots from him so far. But it will be the bomb outside drop. EnVyUs playing 2 players towards Electric, and it's a smart call at that as well. You have the orb towards Chicken Coop, so as I said before, have 2 men playing towards Electric or towards drop, and try and see if you can counter drop control from Windigo.
Oh, this comes into drop, and Nicky starting off strong, but RPK able to fire back. Spellan instantly trading it out, but this isn't a bad situation just yet for him. Happy, got to make it work from Chicken Coop. They know exactly where he is. They're looking for him, and Ships rips his head off, takes him down. Sixer now backed up by Scream. They've got to hold this B-bomb site. The bomb's going to be planted. He's trying to jump round it. Sixer! He's still making it happen. It's do or die. Punisher in a 1 versus 2. Scream comes in. EnVyUs pick up the round, and they live to fight another day. It's not over just yet. And EnVyUs are saying, we are still in this. We will take this to overtime. We will make this happen.
That shot from Sixer there, going to be making the difference going forward. 15-13 now as we go into round number 29. Only 2 more rounds to potentially be played out to force OT for the side of EnVyUs. But can Windigo claim the upset? Massive double spread down there from the tank himself as he rotates his artillery fire. And that shot from Sixer as well, changing the course of the round. Punisher in the 1 versus 2 gets caught out from, I believe it was Happy there towards Connector. Nevertheless, though, round number 29, and it will be once again the double up set up onto Happy and Sixer, 1 up towards A, 1 up towards B. Double play towards drop is so important for EnVyUs because we've seen so far Windigo showing so much attention and focus towards drop. They feel like that's the key to success, to try and split the sites versus EnVyUs.
Well, it's been working so far, but EnVyUs, when everything was stacked up against them, when it was their last hope, they managed to make it happen. Sixer being the key man there, backed up by Scream. Now we go into a round where Windigo can still buy comfortably into it. They're taking it a little bit slower, though, this time around.
They are indeed. Obviously, there's so much on the line, so much pressure on the shoulders of the Bulgarians right now as they want to get the first map win, as they pin their grenades, as they make their way down, drop the AWP onto Bubble. Can he get the peek towards the players in Electric and get the advantage?
Bubbles managed to find one. XMS spraying down the rest. Happy onto the shift. This is looking good for EnVyUs. They're mounting up a serious defense. XMS nicely falls back with 21 health there. Literally running away through that smoke. Happy finds Punisher. Now it's all up to Spellan. Another round could be secured here. Could we go into be the 14th here for EnVyUs? Can they make it happen? Spellan, he knows where to look. Tries to spray out one. Stood in the flames a little bit. Dropped to 5 health. They know exactly where he is, and he's stuck in Connector. He will get taken down. A 14th round for EnVyUs and Windigo. Could they be letting this slip away?
Oh, Spellan there, if he had won that, it would have been flying back to Bulgaria, national hero. But instead it will be 15-14. 1 round from a victory from Windigo and 1 round from EnVyUs to claim overtime. The thing is right now for Windigo, has the window of opportunity closed upon them, right? Have they let it slip when they had the round with the 2 versus 2 onto Sixer and Co, when there was no kits, a lack of utility? Was that the round they needed to close this one out? Or has the door shut behind them, as right now will be a play towards the B side?
Well, they look to be challenging straight onto B as Ships comes out. Happy's managing to hold strong. RPK onto Spellan as well. Windigo, it's all falling apart for him as Bubble goes down as well. Finally, RPK is dealt with, but is this enough here? Punisher up high, XMS chases him down. Nicky all alone will find one, but they're going to surely swarm him anytime soon. The nades comes up with the dropper. Nicky doesn't have much health to work with here either. He's got one flash to play with. Tries to sneak through the smoke, dancing around, finds the first kill, but there's still 2 more players waiting for him. Happy to put himself into another good spot. A Scream comes round to close it out, and 15-15, we're going to overtime on our first game here, and EnVyUs are saying, look, we've woken up now, we're here to play, we've allowed you to have your fun, but now we're coming back with full force.
My goodness, Happy with 37 kills in regulation. Can the IGL, the captain, keep leading by example going forward into overtime? Or will he eventually taper off in terms of his individual form right now? And is that the opportunity or the window of opportunity for Windigo to try and claim OT? Nevertheless, though, have Windigo let this one slip, forcing overtime, which means everything is back to a reset, as it will be MR6, MR6, 10k as well. And the question is, these AWPs are expensive for the CT side. Can Windigo try and get the first, second round, force out a low buy from EnVyUs early on?
RPK seen him fall into drop. He knows exactly what's going on. Happy manages to spray down one, but then just takes his weapon away. Does get punished for it. RPK trying to hold strong. Finds himself a triple there. An XMS onto Nicky. The first overtime round secured by EnVyUs. And now it's this time we can hear EnVyUs screaming and shouting. They're passionate this time around. They're mounting a comeback because they do not want to allow this game to slip away.
One of the issues of being that team that gets so rallied up and fired up off of big plays or big round wins, roars and slamming the desks is, do you burn your energy? Do you burn your focus? What happens when things don't go your way and things go south? Is there a distinct lack of communication? Do people start to go quiet, start to become less confident? As right now EnVyUs have won 4 in a row, but right now they've only claimed the first round in OT, as it will be 16-15. Windigo Going to be going back to the 4AK 1-op setup onto Bubble.
Scream in a really nice spot here, finds himself 2 frags. They're walking straight into it. The bomb's there as well as he picks up the 3rd. Scream destroying Windigo at A-Long, and he's hungry for more. Orphan Hand now picks up a 4th. Scream is going next level now as Spellam tries to cause damage on the rotate, coming into connector from Dropper. But he will lose his life. The 17th round now for EnVyUs. Are they just going to go for a straight triple here as Windigo seem completely down and out? Now we go into overtime.
We need to be seeing a timeout or something from Windigo to have a breather. Try and let the frustration trickle away. Then again, 17 to 15. EnVyUs 2 away from claiming the first map. Obviously, first team to 19. Wins in overtime unless it goes to second OT, James, which is when it goes 18 to 18. Nevertheless, the money situation for Windigo. As already we're going to be seeing the UMP bought by Nicky and Punisher. Bubble as well onto low money, 2,000 for him. And you can see this is the problem when you invest into these orbs in overtime. Yeah. If you don't claim the first or second round, going into that 3rd round, or the final round of the half, if you do not win 1 round at that, your money is so low that it's so likely that EnVyUs get the 3rd as well.
How scary is this now for Windigo? Because they knew what damage EnVyUs can do on their T side. Now they've stepped up on the CT side. If they can't get this round here, I would start to seriously be concerned for their future on this map. EnVyUs have stepped up right when they needed to. Maybe a little bit too late, but overtime obviously puts the pressure on them to make it happen. Windigo, they need to find the answer in this round.
Not just their future in this game, James. I think the future as well for themselves in this group, right? You're looking at teams like Godsent, like Ago. If you're Windigo, you need this first map upset to try and get a strong lead into the group. Nevertheless, though, Spellam goes down. The lurk play towards Drop has already been taken out of the server, meaning a 1-man advantage for EnVyUs as it looks likely they're poised to get all 3 rounds on their CT side.
Scream and Sixer towards A-Long. They've got an idea of what might be happening as Spellam trying to get some aggression done towards Dropper. Cause the EnVyUs players to be focused on B. He did damage him down to 2 health, but he couldn't find the frag. Screams in a really nice spot. Comes out all guns blazing, but can't find the kill. The flashes catch him off guard. Sixer close range with this AWP in hand, hiding in the smoke as it stands as Happy picked up 2. Sixer, oh, and he does pick up the 1 kill for it. He's listening to what's going on. SparPK with the last, and EnVyUs make it 18-15. They go over the clean sweep on the first half of overtime, and they're here to get it done. They're here to put an end to this.
Silence in court from the Windigo half of that stage. As right now they're looking lifeless. 15 to 18. One of the issues as well, as I said about previously, was are you either elated or deflated, right? You're screaming, you're shouting, you're so happy you're winning these rounds, and the upset is so close to coming to fruition. But when things don't go your way, and you become deflated and upset and frustrated with the fact that you're losing these rounds time and time again, has the communication basically gone silent?
Yeah, it seems exactly that as XMS comes out running and charging towards the A-ramp, backed up by his teammates. Punisher damaged as well. Windigo need to mount up some sort of defense here. Nicky finds 1, but XMS, he's coming to his own, picks up the triple, and instantly RPK is able to reply. XMS picks up the final kill, 4 for him, and EnVyUs take the first map here and the first game to open up the Europe Minor Championship road to Boston.
It only took Happy 40 kills, but eventually they will close out that first map. 19 to 15, as you just said there, James. EnVyUs coming back from the face of defeat. 15 to 12 down, and somehow, someway they found it within themselves to claim the final 3 rounds, get it to overtime, and then claim all rounds in OT, winning a grand total of 7 rounds in a row.
Now this is what's crazy. We were saying about it before the game, how EnVyUs do start off slow. We were not joking. It looked so strong for them on their T side. Then things started to slip away, maybe overconfidence, maybe they didn't expect the firepower coming out from Windigo.